may be overrated.
Cry, Phil, cry.
Okay, now how sad is this? You have Doody streams literally trying to channel Triple P. It's fucking sad. Doody streams can't be himself. He has to try and channel somebody else. Just like how Phil tried to channel Kino Casino with the whole, taking, skin walking their terms like felt. It's fucking sad, Doody. You're sad.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow.
DSP crashes out over a video game, and Doody streams basically is utter trash when it comes to trying to carry compassion. Let's get to that video, shall we?
Literal crying emojis in the chat, Bibs. That's right, crying emojis in the chat. That's right, live from Japan. I had the sign on. I was like,
Did you really have to sign on? No. You decided that you saw Phil was, shedding his little crocodile tears, and that you decided that, you know what, I'm going to try and make some money off of it. Don't fucking act like that you're doing something out of the goodness of your heart, that you're trying to expose something, because we know what the game is. We know what the game is, Doody. We know what it is. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself and stop lying to the audience.
actually watching Kino Casino, clipping some of it, and saw the segment where Phil started bawling and crying. Apparently he's playing Before Your Eyes, which apparently is a very sentimental game. And there was a portion of the game where Phil just lost it. That's right, he started crying. That's right, he's literally downstairs crying.
Okay, so my issue here, it is not the game itself. I don't know. I never played the game. I don't know the game. I could fucking care less about the game, to be honest. My issue is that Phil, everything he does has some sort of monetary spin on it. Everything he does has a long-term goal of getting this. Somebody probably told him, hey, Phil, this game has a very sad ending. And knowing Phil like I do, because I've been following this piece of trash since 2009. Knowing Phil, he most likely heard that and goes, you know what? I could probably throw out some fake tears, make my voice sound like it's quivering and everything, and throw out a few terms like human condition, and that's gonna hook at least one person, and that one person I will start to exploit. And that's what he does. Every viewer that he has, every person that gives him money, he exploits. I don't hate the game at all. I don't know anything about the game, but I hate how he exploits people, and that's what this is. This is predator, like a predator-like behavior. It's emotional manipulation. Now, people say, "How can you be so cold, Jeff? He's watching a very sad ending to a very sad game." My heart, when it comes to DSP gaming, my heart is dead. It is dead. It's been dead for years. My heart is dead. It has a layer of permafrost coating it that is so impenetrable. You could not find this kind of permafrost, even if you went into the deepest, darkest parts of the Siberian wilderness during the harshest winters possible. And ultimately, this is what Phil hates. He hates people that literally can just see through everything he does, because everything he does is a very shallow illusion that if you say something the wrong way, it will crack that illusion. That's how bad Phil is. He isn't even a good manipulator. He is a bottom tier. He is bottom tier when it comes to manipulating people.
and it's glorious, folks. It's glorious. Let's watch a little bit of it and provide some commentary. So let's get into it.
Okay, by the way, a lot of the things that both Phil says and Doody says in this video, I'm going to kind of call out. I'll start off with Doody right now. Later on in this video, Doody does his same lame fucking BS sympathy trolling. Doody streams sympathy trolling is as transparent as DSPGaming's emotional manipulation. You can see right through it. You can see right through it. And if it doesn't really help when you have Doody streams right now at this portion of the video just kind of dunking on DSP Gaming, and then later on in this video it's like, oh, you really, I feel kind of bad for Phil. No, you fucking don't. You do not. You do not. You're a fucking liar, Doody. I feel bad for Phil. He must have something going on, dude. This act, it may work on other rubes that watch you. It doesn't fucking work on me.
I feel like I can't breathe.
What?
It's okay, Benny. Just close your eyes.
I guess you have to now. Okay. I don't get it.
For a while now, I've wondered if I'm just not a good enough storyteller. If I just don't have grand enough words, can't tell grand enough stories.
Here it is.
Very confused.
Here
Grand
it
words
is.
and stories, I think they may be overrated.
Cry, Phil, cry.
Okay, now how sad is this? You have Doody streams literally trying to channel Triple P. It's fucking sad. Doody streams can't be himself. He has to try and channel somebody else. Just like how Phil tried to channel Kino Casino with the whole, taking, skin walking their terms like felt. It's fucking sad, Doody. You're sad.
Look at him holding it in.
I know just what to tell her.
Oh, my
Watch for
Lord.
her now.
I'm curious to wonder something going on in his real life, like if his mom's okay.
I could fucking care less about his mom being okay. I could care less if his dad is okay. I could care less if Cat is alive. I don't give two shits if DSP is okay. Each of the players in that game deserve the outcomes that they have. Phil's parents refused to rein him in as a child. They refused to be proper proper guides, I guess you could say, throughout his life. They failed on that front. They failed as parents to punish him for his poor behavior. And because of that, we, the internet, are now cursed with what we have to deal with every goddamn day, because one could say that, he really doesn't do anything wrong. DSP Gaming is a blight. He is a blight upon content creators. He's a blight upon streamers. Somebody will watch Phil for the very first time that never really watched a streamer, and they will think, oh my god, all streamers must be like DSP Gaming. All streamers must just have their hand constantly fucking out asking for money. And if I don't give that streamer any money, they're going to treat me poorly. This is what we are dealing with on a daily basis. Phil's parents failed to punish him when he needed to be punished. When it came time for a good spanking, they failed. They failed miserably. Cat made her bed when she appeared on that first goddamn stream, and she attacked the viewers along with DSP Gaming. She earns no fucking sympathy. She is not worthy of sympathy. If she has cancer like what the current theory is, I could fucking care less. She made her bed and she has to now lay in it. DSP Gaming I could fucking care less if he was on fire. If he was on fire in the middle of the road screaming for pain, I would not even urinate on him. My urine would have much better use, much better value to anything else. Hell, me watering the fucking nearby plant with my urine would serve better purpose than to urinate on Phil just to save his life. These people are not worthy of your sympathy, and that's what he wants. He wants your sympathy. He's not worth it.
Like, I hope his mom's okay. I don't hope any ill will on his mom.
Oh, fuck off with this fake trolling. Well, I hope that his mom is okay. I hope his mom is okay. How many times has he shit-talked Phil's mom? How many times? I'm pretty sure he had to do it a couple times at least. And here we are. Oh, I hope she's okay. I don't want to wish her any ill will on. Oh, fuck off. If you're going to lie, it has to be a lot better.
Or her dad or his dad or anything, but this is strange. Something must be going on in his real life that causes him to cry. Because the last time he cried was
when the stupid fucking rabbit died. And he had a goddamn bird die in Minecraft. Let's just play devil's advocate. Let's just say, even if something is wrong and he's suffering some sort of emotional breakdown due to whatever the factors are, the guy has walked all over everyone who stuck a hand out in front. Well, let's do it this way. You can actually stuck their hand out in friendship as a way to try and bolster, good faith, as a way to try and fix the career that Phil Burnell himself fucked up. Phil Burnell has always walked all over. If he can't get something out of that person, he will instantly shit on that person. Look no further than Kino Casino. Look no further than Review Tech USA. Look no further than LTG Gaming, Wings of Redemption. Hell, he even went as far to say that Justine should be sexually assaulted because she went to that gaming convention, I think it was. DSPGaming has literally wished death upon his critics. He went as far as saying that if Thanos snapped his fingers and all his critics and detractors disappeared, nobody would fucking miss him. He has literally attempted to dox people. DSP Gaming has literally, dog whistled his viewers to attack his critics. And now, because he's watching a game that has a sad ending and he's letting off a few crocodile tears, I'm supposed to feel sad for him? No, fuck that. He doesn't get sympathy, he gets ridicule. There is no reason that he is deserving of any of your sympathy.
During some game where it was Minecraft where his bird died. And that was a little bit shortly after Peg's Bunny passed away. So anyway, let's keep going.
Now, I've seen the Gatekeeper take many forms depending on the soul I bring her. But once you see her, you'll know. Believe me.
I don't know. I'm really confused as to how it's going to end. Like, so what was the real story?
If I wipe my eyes, if I wipe my eyes and I have a crackly voice and I act invested, maybe there'll be one person that actually believes this act, that I'm a very humble and caring person. He's not.
Did the mother actually die? Did he die of cancer? Which it seems like it's cancer.
I should go get ready.
Well, we know too, especially that he either lied or told the truth, or lied about telling the truth about Kat and potential cancer. So I'm wondering,
like I said, if she has cancer, I could fucking care less. She made that bed.
wondering if that's probably what's bothering him. I don't know. We'll keep going. We'll keep speculating.
Don't worry. We got this. I think.
Now my nose is all messed up too.
Well, he's only at $105, so that could be why he's crying. He's crying because he didn't hit the tip goal yet. That could be it.
All right, hold on. Before the end, let me blow my nose because now it's running. It's disgusting. Again, give me 1 second.
If this was almost anybody else, I would actually feel bad for them, because of the fact that they most likely are a good person and they are watching a game that is very emotional at its end. Normally I would not have an issue with a person who is like that, but like I said, when you have somebody who has spent nearly 20 years mastering the craft of exploiting people, using their emotions against them for monetary gain, yeah, I don't really feel that bad when he tries to pull out the I'm crying card and my nose is running card. Yes, is his nose running? Is he crying? Yeah. But humans have the ability to make themselves cry and make themselves their noses get all snotty and everything when they're upset. This isn't something that that they can't do, without, I'm guessing, without being prodded. All you have to do is like get a negative memory or something in your head, and it will actually force, it'll force yourself to start crying. It isn't something that it only, requires a specific trigger. You can do it yourself. I don't believe any of this. I don't believe that he's sad, that he is, that he's having some sort of deep internal inspection, of himself. No, I just don't believe it.
Phil, come on, brother. I mean, I'm gonna try to be a human here.
Okay, here he comes with the fake, shallow, very transparent sympathy trolling. Like I said, if you're gonna fucking sympathy troll, you gotta be a lot better. It also doesn't help that less than 3 minutes earlier in this video, you were shitting on the guy. It really kind of makes your whole sympathy angle look fucking fake as fuck. If that makes any sense.
Okay, and compassionate. If you're really going at it, man, brother, just shut off the stream. Just tell everyone you need a minute. Walk away. Go compose yourself, and then come back. You know what I mean? Sitting here on stream crying over a video game, brother, is a bit much, man. You not only are you embarrassing yourself, man, you're forcing me to make fun of you. And
really, he's forcing you? You're doing the... Nobody fucking told you to go on to make this video, Doody. Nobody fucking told you. Nobody's holding you in a cave in Pakistan with a goddamn AK pointed to your head and go, you make this video. You make this video. You do it right now. No, you didn't do it because you're being forced to. You did it because you wanted to. Stop fucking lying, Doody.
I like making fun of you, man, but I do feel a little bit bad. I hope his mom's okay. I hope his dad's okay, and I hope, anyone else in his family's okay. Even with all this shit he says about detractors and people and all that, I still don't wish any ill will on him.
I wish the world's worst of ill will upon DSP Gaming. A little bit less for his parents and a little bit less for Kat. But when it comes to DSP Gaming, after nearly 20 years of calling people mouth droolers, after 20 years of emotionally guilting people, after 20 years, let's go back to that time when Phil was allowing Pandali to shit on the viewers for liking Kingdom Hearts. I think it was Kingdom Hearts 2 at the time. Phil attacked his viewers for that. You're telling me that all of this stuff that Phil has done throughout 20 years of his legacy, you're telling me that it hasn't accrued and grown and basically got to the point that he doesn't deserve anything bad to happen to him? No, he deserves to have the worst fucking thing happen to him. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad about it. You don't get to treat people like utter shit and then have your walk off into the sunset. No, you want to treat people like shit. You should have the worst fucking thing that happens to you.
His family. Okay, let me just put that out there. But come on, brother, man. It's a video game. Jeez. I mean, to me it feels like he has a guilty conscience about something.
No, he's a psychopath. He doesn't have a guilty conscience. The only thing that his, that emotion that he would possibly feel would be upset because that goal is not hitting what it should be. If he had a guilty conscience, he would not have said what he said about iJustine. If he had a guilty conscience, he would not be bringing up LTG's kid. I don't even know that fucking story, but you don't bring up a person's kid. If he had a guilty conscience, he wouldn't have lied to his mother, and that's what he did. Like it or not, the truth is he lied to his mother. If he had a guilty conscience, he wouldn't have treated Howard and John Rambo as poorly as he did. It is okay to have no sympathy for DSPGaming for what he did. Hell, it's okay to have no sympathy for Wings of Redemption because of the fact that he told a viewer that he hopes that their family dies in a car accident. Hell, it's okay for you if you feel that I am not worthy of having any sympathy because of the fact that I just constantly attack DSPGaming. Hell, that's your right.
Either not being around for his parents, maybe lying about Cat, or Cat really.
Keep in mind, Phil Burnell makes 6 digits easily off of his grift, basically. You're telling me that if he, that he is such a humbled person, that look at him, he's crying. He has to be humbled. He has to have a big heart that's just pumping and beating and everything. Look at this. This is going to become like a GIF or something. Yeah. Anyway, you're telling me that Phil's heart is so big that he loses his shit for a game like this, but he can't even go and visit his parents, even though he makes 6 digits. And of course, his constant fallback excuses. Jasper Kitty would miss us too much. He couldn't handle it. You're telling me that he can't go and see his dying parents, even though he makes 6 digits? Really?
Having cancer and him just just talking about it to random strangers and then lying about it. There's something serious going on. The
guy's a psychopath. He'll tell you whatever he thinks that will get him what he wants. What he wants is attention and money. If he literally could, he would look at you and goes, "I am your best friend," because he thinks that he could spin it and work it. Kind of like how Doody streams does his whole false, fake sympathy trolling. One minute he's literally shitting on DSP, he's dunking on the guy, and then he goes, "Oh man, I don't wish any ill will." Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. If you're gonna just be fucking real, Doody. Be real. People notice fake when they see it.
Some people just don't cry over a video game because I mean, you might, but not like this. And you don't do it while you're streaming on the internet for everyone to see. So let's keep going.
Here is like what's really going on, right? I have no idea what they're about to throw at us. Did you actually die from cancer and you imagined the rest of it? But how, if you're dead? I don't know. All right, let's find out. Here we go.
All right, we'll queue White Run in a few minutes.
I don't know what we're about to see. So here's the thing. This is supposed to be the ultimate challenge, because remember, in the original game, if you don't blink, it stays on a scene. Their intention is to make you not blink so you can hear this story. And you got to be like, oh my God, your eyes are probably burning because you're all emotional now because of what's going on in the game. And you're like, oh no, how are you supposed to keep your eyes open for this scene? You're gonna miss it, right?
Or at least that's what she dreamed she'd be. So, when her own
All
dreams
right, he's
didn't
gonna
pan
start
out,
crying again.
she
You can
began
see
to
it. He
dream
can't hold it
beforehand.
in.
But then, when he was just 11 years old, he got sick and was forced to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he began to worry that he hadn't lived enough. So he made up a story of the great life he thought he wanted to live,
Okay.
which only made him forget the great life he already had.
So that makes sense. He was imagining what he wanted his life to be, and that's the story he told to the ferryman.
Okay, Phil.
So then they went back and told the real story.
He had filled
All
a
right,
new
I'm gonna
home
move it up a
with
little bit because I think he crashes out around like this mark right around here. Let's see.
It must
All
be
right, there it
somewhere
is.
that he
He's
likes.
starting the ball. Look at him. Okay. Good Lord,
Huh.
Phil.
That's it.
Phil.
Huh.
Come on, Phil.
Like I said, it's kind of hard to really, believe that Doody is being sincere when he talks about not wishing any ill will, when he is literally 1 minute shitting on the guy and the next minute literally, oh Phil, dude, I'm trying to be your best friend. Not he didn't literally say that, but that's how he's trying to act like though. It's kind of hard to believe it, anything that Doody says when he can't even fucking keep his lies straight. The only difference between Doody streams and DSP Gaming is that Doody streams is slightly more successful and he can actually balance his checkbook.
You're forcing me to do
Well,
this, Phil.
honestly,
No, once again, nobody's forcing you, Doody. You're doing this yourself. You're the one that decided to go and make a video. Nobody is hanging you from the side of a Tokyo skyscraper and telling you that if you don't make this video, they're going to push you off. Nobody's doing that to you. Nobody. When I look at Doody streams and DSP Gaming, I see people who are kind of polar opposite with certain things. DSP Gaming, he is really good at trying to emotionally manipulate people, but he's very bad at finances. Doody streams, on the other hand, he's very good at finances, but he fucking sucks at trying to be manipulative. He like I said, it's like that. You know what? You see what I'm doing with my fingers here? Where I'm like, that's what they're like. That's literally what they're like.
I mean, it's very emotional, but it's not as like sad as I thought it was gonna be. I'm just feeling. I actually don't feel sad right now. I'm just overwhelmed with emotion because obviously it's a ending that's not as bad as it could be. That was very unique.
He uses that tissue as a prop, basically. He figures that if he can, have something to show that he's sad, like, wiping his eyes and everything, it'll help him in the long run.
All right, that was very.
Okay, we're gonna get a cry session, so I think we need to queue up Whiterun. Let's go.
Very unique.
Oh, by the way, this is coming from a guy who, referring to Doody streams, that literally just a few seconds ago said he doesn't wish ill will or anything. Now he is basically pointing a finger and laughing. I'm sorry, Doody. Please explain to me how you're better than DSP Gaming.
That was a really cool story. And it gets you, man. It gets you, right? Just like everyone said, everyone's crying their eyes out when you play the game. That's why. Obviously, no one wants to think of an 11-year-old who dies of cancer. It's incredibly sad. But it's an interesting way to think about the human condition. I wish I could talk normally right now because I actually have some insightful things to say.
This guy has literally said that certain people should be dragged out into the street. He will literally say that people should lose their fucking jobs because the game isn't going the way he thinks it should. And I'm supposed to feel bad for him for having a few crocodile tears? Really? It's like I said earlier, it's okay to not give this guy any sympathy because that's what Phil ultimately wants. He wants you to feel bad for him. He's a manipulator.
But the stupid emotion takes me over. That the human condition is that we all know we're going to die, and everyone wants to live a full life, and everyone wants to feel like...
Well, you fucked your life up, Phil. You had chances. You still have chances, but he's never going... Phil will never... He will never do anything to seize the moment. He talks a big game. He talks a big game. He talks about his life goals and everything. Does anybody remember that he once talked about that once he got free from the internet, like he promised his mom, which he lied? Does anybody remember that he once talked about when he retired from the internet, how he wanted to open up an authentic Italian restaurant? Because I'm pretty sure Pepperidge Farms remembers. Does anybody remember how he showed off that stupid fucking selfie stick and and those microphones, and he talked about how he was going to do IRL streams? Phil has a chance. He still does to turn it all around, but he will not. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, he doesn't fucking care about anything.
Because their life was longer or whatever, that it was more meaningful. But what the game is trying to say is that's not the case, that anyone can have a meaningful life as long as you serve a purpose.
Well, I can tell you something. Phil does not serve a purpose. He does not serve a purpose. I would go as far to say that your local crackhead actually serves a bigger purpose. Hell, your local homeless people actually serve a bigger purpose than DSP Gaming. I have seen homeless people where I live literally go out with bags filled with goddamn empty pop cans, and they go to the recycling center. I view those people more as a net positive for the world, because at least they're recycling. They're keeping garbage off the goddamn streets. What was the last positive thing you can say Phil has done for society? Oh, go ahead. I'll wait. I'll wait an hour. I'll wait 2 hours. I'll wait a day, a week, a year, a month. Please tell me, what was the last thing Phil ever did that helped society as a whole? And before somebody says, well, he gave away a PS5 or PS4, whatever the hell it was, what did he get out of it? What did he get out of it? Hell, he likes to go and claim that he gave away games during the hardcore begging season. Wrong. He gave away empty boxes. Those boxes literally had no value because the games were gone. This guy does absolutely nothing. He is a net negative for this planet. I would go as far to say that Phil's parents were net negatives, but I can't even really say that because his dad had a profitable job at the helicopter parts plant or whatever it's called. What was the last time you saw Phil going out and interacting with the legion of viewers that he likes to try and portray that he has? Remember, everybody likes Phil now. Everybody loves Phil now. Why isn't he out there just like doing meet and greets?
Okay, I'm gonna stop you here. This guy clearly has some severe mental issues going on here. I mean, honestly, Phil, we hear you talk about your meaningful life and you have meaning and you're happy. You're clearly not. You're clearly not. When you watch games like this where there's situations where people lose their lives early or young, it makes you think about your own mortality. And that's the reason why you cry out and crash out like this. Here's some advice, Phil, man. Get a real meaningful life, brother. Really, brother. You need to cut the streaming or cut back the streaming. Get a part-time job somewhere, man.
And here comes the sympathy trolling, basically, or the pity trolling, whatever you like to call it.
on your deathbed or whatever, you could think back of the time that you did something amazing. Because honestly, brother, you really gonna think about that time where you stayed late and made an extra $50? No. This guy, man, he has some severe issues, and I genuinely, I know I'm joking and we're making fun of him, but I genuinely feel a little bad for him.
You're a fucking fool then. You're a fool. You are exactly what he wants. Congratulations. You fell into the trap, Doody.
But again, it's hard to feel bad for people that, you know, this is of his making. No one's to blame but him.
Wow, I just love that. I just love that. He will say the same thing I literally just said. Well, this is all you're making, Phil. You're right, it is Phil's making. Just like it's your making of this the video that you did. Nobody held a gun to your head, Doody. Nobody threatened to fucking Minecraft you. Nobody literally told you that you are contractually obligated to make a video about DSP Gaming while you're off in some, you know, Tokyo, China, wherever the fuck you are right now. Nobody told you have to do that. You chose to do it. Like I'm choosing to make this video. The only difference is I make it known that I don't like the fucking guy. I don't feel the need to constantly hide behind, you know, a false layer of caring. I don't need to do that. People respect real and they know fake when they see it.
And the kid's purpose was to basically be there for his parents and to give his parents meeting, which he did. And of course, his parents are never going to forget him, so they're going to keep him with them for the rest of their lives. And their lives have been enriched and improved because he lived. And of course, his next door neighbor as well, Chloe, had a real friend because of him. She even said her story was that she really didn't have any friends, right? She felt very...
What I find hilarious is that there are people going to be, you know, lapping this up like the fucking idiots that they are. Like, oh my God, he cares so much about these people. Phil cares more about these... He cares more about these gaming characters than he does actual people who went to him in his own chat and goes, you know what, Phil, I had a hard day. You know, when I come and watch your videos, I like to think, you know, view you as a friend of mine. And Phil would literally tear that person apart. He would literally tear that person apart and tell them, you know, that fucking weird behavior. You don't tell people like that. You don't tell streamers like that. That's fucking strange. But him crying over a fucking gaming character. Oh, that's okay though. That's okay though. Me, I don't know about you, but if I had a viewer and you go, hey Jeff, you know, I've been having a hard day, your stuff helps a lot, I'd be like, hey, thanks, dude. Thank you very much.
Isolated, especially because her mother had died. And to have a friend because of him. Right? So that's kind of an interesting message. And the unique games that tell interesting messages stay with you, and this one will. Like, I remember To the Moon, I remember Soma, and this one just, it doesn't need gameplay, it just needs a riveting story that maybe makes you feel something or teaches you something, right? And I think for a lot of people, if that was, you have no idea what that game was, because I didn't, I had no idea what that game was going into it whatsoever, to experience it and say, you know what, maybe I learned something. Maybe not everyone is going to have a perfect life. Not everyone's going to have a long life, or, you know, but as long as there's some kind of meaning there, you know, and it wasn't just a waste, which a lot of people think of these days, you know, of life, that what's the point? Well, maybe there is a point. Maybe you just have to see it. Maybe a lot of people miss the point of living and the impact that they actually have on people.
Oh, that's grand coming from this guy. That's great. He doesn't realize that his own piss poor treatment of people actually makes a reaction. He doesn't realize that at all, but here he is talking about other shit having reaction. Wow. Wow, this guy's fucking blind and oblivious.
Around them, and they take it all for granted. You know, 11 years, but those 11 years were incredibly meaningful to everyone around the person in the story. So even though they were 11 short years, still, you didn't have to lie about having some tall tale of a life where he went on and became some famous artist or whatever. Those 11 years were just so meaningful, right?
Almost like you've been in Renton away from your mom and your dad for more than 11 years. And I think he's feeling guilty. I think he has a guilty conscience that he pretty.
You're looking too much into it, dude. You're looking too deeply. If he really thought about missed his parents, do you think he or loved his parents? Do you think he would have moved as far away as he did? Do you think he would talk to them as poorly as he does? The guy doesn't care about anybody but himself. He doesn't. Sad but true. Look at the way he treated his former friends. That's all you have to do. Look at the way he treated his former friends. And you're trying to push the idea that he may miss his family? Really?
Much left his parents, and they're older now and they're having issues, and you know, he's feeling guilty. And honestly, you know, you should feel guilty, Phil. I mean, when your parents grow older, you know, you're supposed to be there for them and be able to support them and help them, especially if you're your only child, brother. And you just haven't been there, man. You're so busy worrying about yourself and your goals and your life that you don't care about anyone else. And you know, when we get segments like this, it clearly shows that it does bother him. Like he does have a bit of a conscience.
Oh my god, this is so fucking false. Dude, stop. Stop. Stop.
But of course, he'll never do anything about it. He'll never change. You know, 2 years from now, we're gonna see him raging out and bitch.
In 2 years? Did he say 2 years? What about in 2 days? Hell, what? Whenever somebody tells him, hey, did you hear what LTG said? Did you hear what Stuttering Craig did? It's going to set him off. It's going to set, that's all he does. In 2 years, what? Really?
About not in the goal, and his parents will be in the same situation, and he'll never change. So
It's pretty awesome. That was a pretty darn good story, man. I'm not gonna lie. That was one of the best stories, you know, that I think I've experienced in a video game. Yeah, SD Charger says, I think the point too is to appreciate all the moments. Like stay here in the moment. Don't turbo past things. Don't rush things. Don't miss out on meaningful moments because they're come and gone in the blink of an eye, in the snap of a finger, and you don't know how many of those moments you're going to get in your life. And the next thing you know, it could all be behind you, or it could all be over. And you want to make sure you didn't miss out on those important things. Yeah.
Hey, Phil, are you going to put any of that into practice? Your parents are, you know, they're getting up there in age. Are you going to do anything like that? Oh, no, I got the schedule I have to follow. I got to play this game, this game, this game, this game. I have to eat this meal on television or on stream. I have to do this marathon on, I'm guessing on the 4th of July. I can't see my parents. Besides, Jasper Kitty, he'd miss me too much.
Wow.
Shut the fuck up.
Pretty darn good original story, I'll say, man. Holy crap. Like, I don't know if there's anything after the credits. Probably not. It's also touching. The game is dedicated to my father, the man who taught me how to play. So, dedicated to the memory of the father, the creator and studio director. You know, that's awesome too. Right? There you go. Wow. So now I have to clear out my sinuses again. I'm going to shout out contributions in a second. Thank you, guys. Let me clear out.
And there you go. Phil ruins the moment there. Any sympathy I had for the guy just completely disappeared.
You didn't have any sympathy to begin with. Stop lying. You may view your audience as being that fucking gullible, Doody, but I can see through you. I can see through you.
Good God, Phil. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that note. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Good God.
Okay, so that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. That is it. That is it. What do we learn from this video? We learned that DSPGaming, he's always going to be a manipulative piece of garbage. But the fact is, Doody's also a manipulative piece of garbage. The only difference is that he isn't as good at manipulating people as DSPGaming is. Like I said, Doody streams, he's good at finances. But he's not good at trying to feign care and compassion. He just isn't. He just isn't. Whereas DSPGaming, he's a master manipulator, but he can't balance his checkbook for shit. Both of these people are not good people. Hell, you can even go as far as say, I'm not a good person. That's your right. But at least, who would you have more respect for? Somebody that will stab you in the back and while saying, I care about you. Or somebody who will literally look at you in the face, tell you that they are a bad person like I am, and stab you in the front. Who would you rather trust more? See you all later. Peace out.